So I don't know if this is technically like low effort content or whatever, but I'm doing what I need to do in order to get my draft done. So whatever, we're gonna go with it. Hi, my name is Lindy Jung. I am a soon-to-be traditionally published science fiction and fantasy author. My debut novel, MOTHSBLOOD, comes out fall 2026 from Bloomsbury in the US and Rey in the UK. It's like a year out, guys. We'll get into that later, but it's so close. Anyway, because I am a totally stable, well-adjusted person who has mastered my work-life balance, 2 weekends ago I wrote 10,000 words in 2 days. There's video evidence of this. It was the last vlog on my channel. Here's also the paper evidence. And so I have decided, because again, well-adjusted, work-life balance, all that stuff, I've decided to do it again and again and again until I finish the first draft of Project CRYPTS, my adult gothic fantasy with necromancers and problematic family dynamics that I'm hoping is going to be my sophomore novel, and that is currently standing at around 47,000 words. That is so close to the 50,000 word mark that I can taste it. I know I'm gonna hit that. If not today, then tomorrow, hopefully today. But more than that, I want to add another 10,000 words to this book because I think if I can do that every weekend for the next month and a half or so, I will have a finished first draft. And no, it's not going to be pretty, and I will probably have to revise it to hell, but it will be finished, and that is kind of my priority right now. So last weekend I actually skipped this challenge, one because I didn't think that I wanted to do it again, but also two because it was my birthday weekend, so I took the weekend off. It was a nice, calm, fun weekend. I ate a lot of cake, I turned 28, but now we are back. We are so back. I have some plans for the rest of this morning. It's currently around 8 o'clock. I'm gonna head to a cafe and then the park nearby, which I've never actually been to. So hopefully I'm gonna get in some words with Mick as well after that little cafe visit. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the intro. I will say that the words that I'm putting in are not quality by any stretch of the imagination. It's definitely some of my weaker writing is first draft writing, which makes sense, but I am looking to kind of loop back to Act 1 and the first part of Act 2 because I got some really helpful beta reader feedback that is really making me want to evaluate what I've got on the page so far, because I like to have a strong foundation before I continue drafting. So hopefully that doesn't cut too many words or slow me down too much, because again, that priority, I'm really trying to install it in my head, instill in my brain that the priority is those first draft words, getting that 10,000 down. So we'll see kind of how I handle that. Other than that, it's a beautiful autumn day. It's not supposed to get more than like 75, which is still ridiculously warm for mid-October, almost late October at this point, but whatever. The leaves are changing. It's morning, my favorite time of day, and I'm gonna take you guys to a cafe to enjoy the fall vibes and get myself something pumpkin flavored. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi. Okay. Obviously we're back home. Please ignore the state of my bed. It is a freaking mess. It's around 10:30 a.m. I'm actually like mid Cody and Natalie and Charlie and Katie Ann stream, so you know, just watching that to get a little bit done. I did get 2,000 words done at the cafe. Also unrelated, I had one of the best cafe pastries of my life. It was a jalapeno cheddar croissant that they served with like soft chive cream cheese, and it was really, really good. Anyway, I am feeling a little bit more stuck. The words aren't coming as fluidly as they did the last time I tried this, and I think it's because now that there is more of a plot to work with, it's less easy, right? I can see the things that need to be fixed. There's errors, there's inconsistencies that were on the outline level. They don't make sense when written out. It's just harder to trick myself into thinking that this is going to be a perfect first draft. But again, we're trying to kind of go with the mindset of it's okay if it's not perfect. Making little tweaks here and there, but there are a couple chapters that will need like full overhaul rewrites, and that is kind of stressing me out. I don't want to do that this weekend though. Again, I just want to really push through Act 2, write as if, because I have an idea of how those earlier chapters will be revised, write as if that revision has already happened and build the story from there. I don't know how that's going to turn out. I do think this book is going to require quite a bit of revision, but I'm working with what I've got. And honestly, the purpose of a brute force word count based writing challenge like this is really to just see if I can get a first draft out kind of regardless of quality, because the first draft isn't going to be seen by anyone but me, at least not in its entirety. And I'd say that the first couple chapters of Act 1 are really, really polished up. So that's kind of what I've been showing people to give them an idea of the story. But this first draft, it's just for me. No one else is going to see it. I'm going to revise it up and shape it up as best as I can before anyone lays eyes on it for feedback. I think just reminding myself of that is good. It's fine. I can judge myself, but no one else will, and that's okay. And this is not the product that's gonna exist as a book if it does. In other book related news, yesterday was Friday and I got some like really cool emails that have to do with cover shaped things. I might take a beat to just kind of start formulating my responses there because they're asking for a fair amount of input and direction. So that's something I'm really happy to help out with because of course. The other thing that I forgot to mention, other thing, is that MOTHSBLOOD copy edits are due in 5 days. Like, I'm not worried about it because a copy edit is a copy edit, but I am taking my time to read through like every sentence really carefully, so it's been going kind of slow. So I think while I'm kind of percolating on CRYPTS, I am going to work on those two things for a little bit. And then my partner wants to go out and do something, so we're going to do that. And when I come back, it'll be time to lock in for that last 3,000 words for the day. Okay, so I will give you guys an update in a little bit. It's kind of a bummer to feel sort of more negatively about this book, especially because it's been going so smoothly for so long, but I know that honeymoon phase had to end eventually, so that's where we're at. We'll update you guys soon. Bye. I just know the recording quality on this one is going to be absolutely chopped. Whatever. I'm honestly too drained to care. So I officially hit 5,000 words for today, give or take a couple hundred or dozen. I really don't know. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my theme for the bubbles this week is going to be algae, and it's going pretty maybe I shouldn't say it's going well. It's happening. The words are flowing, kind of, but I still just can't get over this feeling that doesn't feel great that I'm only putting garbage on the page. I really do think I need to sit down and like edit and especially take a look at my outline, those plot beats. I do have a phone call in like 2 weeks, like a week and a half, where I'm going to be discussing some aspects of that story with someone, and I think that'll be super helpful. But right now I just want to get my head on straight. I want to know exactly what I'm aiming for here because something is not clicking. One of the pieces of beta reader feedback that I got was that there's not enough of the main character's goals, her intentions, and I really want that to be the driving point of the story. So I think I'm trying to identify those goals. Of course, within a novel-length piece of work, oftentimes, or almost always, I feel like, at least for me, your main character's goals, the ones that are driving the story, are going to shift as new information comes to light, as circumstances change. That happens kind of a lot in this book, so I'm trying to right now figure out a way to condense those goal shifts so it's only like a couple of them. And I think I'm also having a hard time distinguishing goal and motivation. I've talked about this before with Alessia. She's very much like, if you feel it, if you want it, just go for it. So she's very impulsive in that she acts on her impulses. She doesn't let things sit and settle. So it's a little bit trickier to balance goals and motivations for her in that sense, in that if she recognizes a motivation, recognizes something that she wants, she's going to go for it. Basically, I'm trying to streamline the main character's journey a little bit, because right now it's a lot of like up and down and up and down, and I'd like it to just have a slightly more consistent flow, especially in regards to her goals, what she's going for, what she's trying to accomplish, and why. And I think there's one particular detail about her character that I really need to iron out and figure out why she is that way, especially like looking at her backstory, peeling that apart. She has a pretty solidified backstory, but she's been kind of made into a victim in a way. So she's been not a super active participant in most of her life and the direction her life has taken, if that makes sense. I think that doesn't make a ton of sense given what we know about her character and how driven she is, how impulsive she is as well. So I think she needs to have had more decision-making moments earlier in her story, like before the story happens, in her backstory. I want to figure out what those decision-making moments might be and how they've led her to here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. A lot of like details of Alessia. It's wonderful. I said this in the last vlog. I'm starting to feel her and her love interest as people. Like, they are making a lot of sense to me. I can tell when they're acting out of character. And I think that's kind of part of why I'm having this crisis with Alessia and her motivations and goals. It's because I know her better now, so I can kind of see my own, I can see through my own BS where I was just making stuff up and throwing it at the wall and hoping it stuck. And so there's some stuff that I kind of skated away with earlier in the process that I really seriously need to figure out. All that is like thinking work, and right now I'm very much in like the drafting headspace. Obviously 5,000 words down today. I need to get another 5,000 words down tomorrow. Most of these words are in acts 2 and 3, obviously, because act 1 is at the very least fully drafted, if not even remotely close to polished. But act 2 is shaping up. I think act 2 is probably going to be the strongest act, because that one has, I think, the most firm structure right now, because it's really just like a lot of fun and games and machinations and the family being problematic and all that stuff. So I'm not too worried about act 2. Act 3, there is a specific plot point where I'm like, why are these people here, and do I want those people here for this moment? But I think that's gonna be a logistics chat that I have with someone else later down the line. I think that's pretty much all I've got for you guys for today. We'll pick up again tomorrow. I'm gonna go to a different cafe. If the weather is nice, I think it might be a little bit rainy. Today was the most like perfect autumn day. It was 70 like the whole day. The leaves were changing. We took a drive out by the lake, and yeah, I mean, I had a really good pastry this morning that kind of set the tone for the entire day. Unfortunately, I'm a very simple woman. It was just a really nice day, and I was still able to get a lot done, but also enjoy the day. So very appreciative that I get to have a bit of both on this wonderful October Saturday. Kind of not looking forward to tomorrow, just because I know there's like a bunch of stuff I have to get done. Oh, I also got through about 100 pages of my copy edit. So it's been productive. It's been a good day. I just kind of hate my book right now. And I also, it's translating into me starting to hate MOTHSBLOOD, which is like not good. I've been like doing more than I should for the copy edit for it, because I'm very critical of myself right now, and it's seeping over to my finished book, and I don't like that, but I do need to get this copy edit done in the next 4 days. So I guess I'm just gonna have to hate my book for a little bit. When it comes out, you guys can tell me if I'm justified in not liking it. I don't know. I guess I don't. I have no idea how people will react to this book other than negatively. Like, I can perfectly picture all of the negative criticism for MOTHSBLOOD, but I cannot think of many positive things that people will say, which I know. I'm dealing with it. The anxiety and all that stuff. I do sometimes feel good about my debut novel. Sometimes, just not today. Not today. Today's not been the most positive outlook day, other than, you know, enjoying the fall weather. All right, so 5,000 down, 5,000 more to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It is Sunday. It's currently around, I think I got out of bed probably like 7:45. Sorry, I'm multitasking again. And I've just been kind of dilly-dallying. I have plans to go to kind of a slightly further cafe, but a really nice one, and prop up for a bit and write there, but I'm having a little bit of trouble getting started. It is very time consuming to do this challenge. I set out to do it. I'm gonna try and accomplish my last 5,000 words today. Last night, after kind of signing off with you guys, I ended up copy editing MOTHSBLOOD a bit more, so I'm more than halfway through. This is like, in my documentation, a 430-page book. I'm at around page 250. Hopefully I'm on track to submit that by the 23rd. Well, I think I'm on track to submit that by the 23rd. It's going very smoothly. I'm still not feeling like super... I still feel kind of insecure about this book right now, but I am hoping that's just regular schmegular anxiety and not a testament to its quality. I can tell because it's just sort of a dissatisfaction I feel when reading, as opposed to specifically noticing things that don't work. And when I am noticing one-off lines that don't work, I'm changing them. I started off the day with a bit of drawing. I actually got this iPad for my birthday. Like, my partner and I kind of split the cost of it, which was incredibly nice because I haven't drawn digitally since probably college, because I had a tablet, just like kind of the regular ones that don't have a screen on them that you can connect to your computer. I had one of those, and then my software update made it completely defunct, and I just never got another one. I've been obviously painting on and off the past couple of years, but art has been something that I've really not sunk a lot of time into, especially as writing and YouTube got more serious. Lately, though, I've just felt really inspired to draw, and not just draw, but like improve at drawing. I think it'd be super fun to make character art, even if it's just for my own satisfaction and to visualize the characters, or other visuals to like share online. I'm far from like the most skilled or experienced artist out there, but I do really enjoy drawing my characters, and I used to have a lot of fun sharing those drawings with people online. That's kind of what I've been doing. The character I was drawing right there is from Project Equinox. His name is Elliot, and I've been thinking about those two characters from Project Equinox a lot lately, I think because Equinox is a very autumnal witchy book. It's almost cozy fantasy, except with a lot more gore and horrifying things happening. So I guess it's not cozy fantasy at all, but the setting of it is basically like what I imagine the town from Gilmore Girls is like, although I've never seen that show. A very autumnal, small town, creatures running around, witchy, cozy. Of course, because it's me, there's like dark undercurrents, but we're not here to talk about Project Equinox. That's just who I was doodling right there. We are here to write 5,000 words, so I'm gonna stop procrastinating and put on some socks and drive over to that cafe with my laptop for a sweet treat, a drink, and a writing session. Let's go ahead and get started. Honestly, I can't tell if I'm just grumpy or something, because there was a really long line for the cafe and I was just standing out in the cold feeling irritated, but I did get 2,000 words in. I've been here for probably about an hour, not including the wait time, maybe a little less. So that's pretty good for less than an hour. I'm just like not feeling incredibly motivated, creatively inspired, any of that stuff. If I'm being honest, all I kind of want to do is get back to drawing, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna head home. It's a little bit chillier today, definitely chillier than it was yesterday, so maybe get some blankets and sit on the porch for a bit and try to write on my laptop, because I think laptop writing is going a little easier than desktop writing for me right now for some reason. But it's just, I can't shake this dissatisfaction with the story, with its direction. I'm just not feeling super amazing about where this draft is going. So it's kind of a lot. It's a lot to overcome. Wish I were feeling better, but I just want to be real with y'all that this is where we're at, and it's not incredible. It's not a good feeling, but it happens, right? Yeah, I don't know, maybe I just need a brain break. I mostly finished up that portrait I was working on. I'm probably gonna start or get some progress on the matching portrait
do a little bit of schoolwork, and then see if I can get back into writing a little bit. I do think when I get home, I'm gonna sit and just kind of percolate on what I've written so far. I feel like writing for me, especially the drafting phase, it requires so much reflection on what I'm putting on the page. Like, I take it very seriously just in terms of what am I putting on the page, why am I putting it there, does it make sense? And I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I feel like nothing makes sense, and it is a little bit upsetting even. So yeah, I'm trying not to be like super upset or dramatic right now, but not feeling awesome about my writing, to be honest. I think I maybe also sent it out to beta readers a little bit too early, but that's okay. I just needed someone to have eyes on it and tell me it was a real thing. I really should make a rule for myself that I don't want like critical feedback on anything until I'm deeper into the process or have a finished first draft, because so much of it is stuff that I know already, and then it compounds it by bringing in stuff I wasn't aware of, which is good, but at that stage I don't think I want it. Yeah, anyway, let's get going. Let's go home and be comfy and cozy, because it's a very weird temperature in this car right now. It's hot in here. Bye, y'all. See you soon. I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling anything other than drawing. Drawing has been my one comfort. I'm just not getting anywhere with these words, not getting anywhere with MOTHSBLOOD copy edits. I'm still stuck at page 276, and like, I'm not making any movement. I don't even know where my document is. Oh, here it is. I've been stuck at 55,273 words for a long time, and I like forgot to even celebrate when I crossed 50,000. 55,000 is also a good one to celebrate, I guess, but I filled in the stupid 8,000 words. I don't know if I can do these last two. They're angering me. I'll keep trying, but I don't know if I'm gonna get much more. Like, it's squeezing blood out of a stone at this point, so I'll keep trying, but we'll see.
Hi, this is Lynn, obviously. I'm getting ready to sign off on this vlog. So this is as far as I got today, or this weekend, I guess. 8,000 words down, give or take a couple hundred. This last, because I had 5,000 down yesterday, no problem. I got 2,000 down this morning, a little bit of a problem. This last 1,000, the 1,000 that got me to 8, so rough. I don't even know what's happening. I think I do need to go a little easy on myself. I still got 8,000 words done this weekend. I got 5,000 words down yesterday. I need to go a little bit easier on myself, be happy with that progress, because that is progress, and I'm glad that I'm doing this challenge, but I don't know, like, something's off. I don't know if it's me or if it's the book itself. I think it's probably me right now, because I was even looking at MOTHSBLOOD, which has gone through so many rounds of edits, and I have distinct memories of feeling really proud and happy with. Cats are trying to break into my room, and I just was not feeling that one either, so I think I'm going through kind of a funk right now. Who knows why? Could be anything. But yeah, I think my mood is just a little bit off, and I don't want to push myself too hard because I have to go to work tomorrow. I honestly have spent the last like hour and a half just waiting for Alex to come home and drawing, which is nice because drawing is still like a creative outlet that I can allow myself to enjoy with less stress. Although drawing has historically been very stressful for me. You know, I did 2 like fairly highly rendered illustrative portraits of my characters with no backgrounds, of course, because I'm nothing if not a portrait princess who can't draw a background. I'm getting more comfortable with iPad and Procreate, and I wrote 8,000 words, and let's not forget that. And I had some really good pastries this weekend. Maybe the secret is I just need to go back to that one cafe every single morning, get the jalapeno cheddar croissant with the onion, chive, cream cheese, whatever, and eat that every single day, and it'll make me write 5,000 words that day. Maybe that's the secret. But for right now, it's just not today. You know, not today. I hate to end this on a downer note. I swear this is just like a little bump I'm going through. This is not like a permanent state of mind for me ever. I just get these little weird bumps in my self-confidence, and it's usually just a little dip and then I'm back to my happy self. But I don't know, it feels kind of weird leaving off on a bummer note and not like accomplishing my goal for the weekend. But honestly, like, I like being honest with you guys. I like being honest with myself. I think creativity is so linked to yourself. It's so personal. Never works out well for me if I force my way through a personal bad time, which again, nothing has happened. I just kind of feel off. Not even in a big way, but just enough that I can't quite be as productive as I'd like myself to be for this. Yeah, that creativity, it's so personal. It's so from within. You know, if I did have to blame something, I would say that I am feeling a lot of incredible stress, and I feel this off and on. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I managed to suppress it. But the state of the world, politics of the United States, the current presidency, seeing the protests actually yesterday really uplifted me, and it was amazing to see so many people come out and show support and dissent and resistance. But I'm also kind of like, is anything going to happen? Is anything going to change other than us supporting each other? And yeah, I've been having a lot of existential thoughts like that, I guess, that have kind of been affecting me more than they usually do. Because outside stuff is affecting me, I don't want to push myself too hard. I've done that before. It's never ended well. I don't think my best work comes out of me when I'm not feeling ready to write for whatever reason. And I know that there is a big push and a big narrative within writing spaces, especially for those of us who are pursuing a career that you have to write no matter what, you have to push through, but give yourself grace, give yourself breaks. Listen to your body, listen to your mind. It's important, yes, to build habits and to be able to meet deadlines and to push yourself, but also sometimes, like, it's just not the day. And that's okay. I kind of want to leave things off on a happier, more positive note, so that's kind of my positive note, is that, yes, give yourself grace. You do not have to write every day. You do not have to write 10,000 words every weekend if that's what you're attempting to do, which, no pressure to do that. This is just something I'm doing because I'm crazy. And maybe it's a little bit naive, I guess, especially because, yes, the reality is that if you want to make a living as an author, there is a certain level of grind that accompanies that. But generally speaking, especially if you aren't relying on that authorial income yet, which is like most people, I would say, I just don't see any reason to subscribe to capitalistic narratives, to just push and push and push. Yes, ambition is one thing, but also, like, take care of yourself. You can balance being ambitious and also not burning yourself out immediately. It's about, like, long-term health and survivability in this industry, I think, if we are shifting back to a more, like, industry-centered mindset. And if you burn yourself out, you're not going to be accomplishing that long-term author career that I would assume most of us want. So that's kind of how I'm forgiving myself for this. It's currently 5:40 p.m. so I'm going to go ahead and make some dinner, closing out this vlog for the weekend, and I will see you guys next weekend for another 10,000 or so words. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this or seeing more videos about my publishing journey as I hurtle, honestly, toward the publication of my debut adult fantasy novel, go ahead and subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, feel free to leave a comment below of someone sprinting, because that's what it's been feeling like this past, I don't know, this past weekend, I guess. Sorry that this one was a little bit sparse. I feel like I didn't have much to talk about, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I will see you guys next time.